Okay, hello everyone. Again, I'm explaining one more ATP question, a 7 marker question. So, today we will be solving one 7 marker which will related to thermal physics. Okay, so in this question, you have to figure out conduction by different metal. Okay, so as long as you are going with these points, you will get 7 out of 7. Okay, so the experiment is about how metal can transfer thermal energy. So these apparatus are given. Now in the first point they are asking list any additional apparatus needed. So first apparatus we can write, and in the apparatus you can take, apart from given thing, beaker, supply hot water, test tube, supply hot water, and different metals. Apart from these thing, one thing you can take, that is stopwatch. Second thing that you can take, that is thermometer. You can take. Okay, so first point is done. Now second point, draw a label diagram of how the apparatus will be arranged. Okay, so for this experiment we can take a beaker, we can take uh, a metal rod. This is the metal rod which we will change for different metal, and another test tube we can take, and inside of the beaker, this is beaker, this is test tube, so in the beaker we can fill hot water. Inside of the beaker we have hot water. Inside of test tube you have cold water. Here you have cold water. Okay, so second point also has done. Now explain briefly how you will carry out the experiment. So experiment, how can you perform the experiment? Third point, explain how. Okay, we can explain experiment. Okay, so we can go step by step. First, in the first step we will add hot water to the beaker, and cold water in the test tube. Second step, we can place the metal rod as shown in the figure. Whatever we have drawn here now, that same thing you can write here. Now in the third step, leave for a fixed amount of time. So leave this whole thing for fixed amount of time. You can take 10 minutes, you can take 20 minutes, you can take more than that, but that should be fixed for different metals. Okay, now in the fourth point, measure the final temperature of the cold water. Basically, by the way, in the apparatus we wrote one thermometer also, so we can draw one thermometer also. So we are putting one thermometer here. Thermometer. So by thermometer we are measuring temperature in cold water. Basically, temperature will always go from high temperature to low temperature, high to low temperature. So temperature will go from this hot water to this cold water. So the temperature will change in this part. In this test tube, the temperature will change. That we will measure. Okay. Now, in the third part, we can in the fifth part, we can write calculate rise in temperature. So basically, delta T we have to measure. Delta T meaning final temperature of cold water minus initial temperature. We can measure. Perfect. I think we have done third point also. Now in the fourth point, explain how the metal will be compared. So basically, they are asking ki how can you write down the conclusion. Also, they are asking about precaution. Precaution we can write first. So precaution, in the fourth point I am writing about precautions. Okay, in the precaution we can write avoid parallax error. First you can write. Second you can write start with same temperature. Also you can take same volume of hot water and cold water. Hot water and cold water, same room temperature you can mention. Take same room temperature. Also I told you when I was drawing that diagram, you can take same time taken. Okay, these things we can write in precaution. I think precaution will be 2 marks for this experiment. Now in the last part, they are asking explain how the metal will be compared. So basically they are asking about conclusion. How would you go for conclusion? So fifth point, conclusion. How can we write conclusion? Okay, so for conclusion, for each or for different, rather than writing for each, we can say for different metal, repeat the experiment more than once. Okay, and take average. Okay, so this first thing we can do, and then for the conclusion we can record readings. So basically we can plot a graph, rise in temperature versus different metals. Okay, so you can write record the readings in a table and compare results by drawing a graph of the metal versus rise in temperature, which I am writing by delta T. Okay, this was this one more 7-marker question. You can, if you didn't understand any step, again you can check this video. Okay, thank you so much, guys.